airpiece is owned by an Igbo man. That is why Saudi cancelled their visa on arrival. This is coming from the All Progressive Congress. Now, Senator Shehu Sani has reacted to the news of airline owner Oyema Allen offering to fly Nigerian students stranded in Sudan back home. Now, Sani pointed out that the man once opposed to the Christian Igbo man helping Muslims fly to Saudi Arabia. He said those who were against him preferred an airline owned by Muslims to airlift them to Saudi Arabia. Sani stated that it is the Christian Igbo man that is now offering to airlift the stranded students, most of them Muslims, from Sudan to Nigeria. Now, the Saudi visa cancellation, the federal government on Tuesday urged all affected passengers of airpeace whose visas were cancelled and deported from Saudi Arabia to remain calm, and that the investigation into the unfortunate incident has been launched. This is contained in a statement by Francisca Omayuli, spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now, according to her, reports received from the Nigerian consulation in Jeddah indicated that the airpeace flight number P4752 transported 264 passengers from the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos and the Aminu Kano International Airport and landed at the King Abdul Aziz International Airport's Haji Terminal Jeddah on November 13th. She said in a statement that on arrival at the terminal, the Saudi immigration authorities informed the passengers that their visas had been cancelled and the 177 passengers had to be evacuated on the same flights back to Nigeria. No fewer than 87 of the passengers were cleared by immigration and allowed entry, she added. Now, she further explained that the Saudi authorities are yet to give reasons for the cancellation of the visas and the outright ban imposed on the 18 of the passengers from Saudi Arabia to various offences they committed in the past. Now, notwithstanding the fact that it is the prerogative of a sovereign nation to determine who is permitted entry into its territory, Nigeria and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia are traditional and strategic partners who are willing to guard against recruits of this unfortunate incident. Now, in this regard, investigations to the ongoing both Nigeria and Saudi Arabia, the affected passengers are therefore implored to keep calm while the matter is being resolved, the statement quotes saying. Now, the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reports that the House of Representatives have condemned the cancellation of the passengers' visas, describing the act as embarrassing. They urge the federal government, as a matter of urgency, to take necessary diplomatic steps to protect Nigerians' image and ensure that the full implementation of the bilateral air service agreements. Meanwhile, the lawmakers have also called for the protection of Nigerian national criers flying to Saudi Arabia and protect the Nigerian traveling public. They also mandated the House Committee on Foreign Affairs and that of the Interior and Pilgrim Affairs to launch an inquiry into the immediate and remote circumstances surrounding the cancellation of the visas and report back within 2 weeks. Now, moving the motion, Nnemeka explained that Saudi Arabian authorities cancelled the visas of all 264 passengers airlifted by the Nigerian's major carrier, Airpeace, on arrival at Jeddah in Saudi Arabia from Malam Aminu Kano International Airport on Monday, 13th of November 2023. According to him, all the passengers went through the Advanced Passengers Pre-Screening System, APPS, which also monitored live by the Saudi Arabia authorities before the flight left Nigeria. He expressed worries that, according to the sources at the Nigerian embassy in Jeddah, even the Saudi immigration personnel could not locate the authorities the cancellation of the visas, even when the APPS, which was live between both countries, was concluded and the airline was already airborne to Jeddah. He further noted that upon the intervention of the Nigerian embassy in Saudi, the authorities were said to have reduced the numbers of passengers that would return back to Nigeria from 264 to 170. Now, Saudi Arabia have been operating directly from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia, and Airpeace have been receiving high patronage and as a Nigerian carrier since it started flight service to the Saudi at relatively lower fares, thereby helping Nigerians to conserve foreign exchange. Now, stakeholders in the sectors have attributed the development to aeropolitics, stating that it could be a way to force Nigeria operators out of the routes and raised concern that the Nigerian carriers could actually be forced out of the routes unless the government intervened, probably using the principle of reciprocity. The fact that this action of Saudi authorities is an infringement on the latest of the intent of the bilateral air service agreement BASA between Nigeria and Saudi Arabia, which is still in force. He expressed concern that this unfortunate event and diplomatic slight on Nigerians happened even when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was on a state visit to Saudi Arabia. And trust me, Nigerians got to react about the whole matter and the cancellation of it all, and are saying, why would they tell us not to fly to Saudi Arabia? Actually, they didn't tell us not to fly to Saudi Arabia, but it was said that the flight that took off on the 13th of November from 2 different airports to the place was actually cancelled, and the 264 passengers on board were asked to retreat. And after the intervention of the Nigerian embassy in Saudi, it was later reduced to 170, thereby letting just a few of them go into Saudi Arabia. And supposedly some of those few persons that were sent back had past records of a crime or the other back in Saudi Arabia. You know, those countries actually have certain things they allow in their countries and certain things they do not allow. Nigerians got to react about it, and the fact that our president's on a state visit to Saudi Arabia when this happened seems like a big insult to we Nigerians. Doesn't mean our presidents cannot be respected even on a foreign visit. I see no reason why they would deport them back to Nigeria even after monitoring the flight from takeoff to when it landed. Why didn't they stop it before takeoff so those people would actually look for alternative routes to use? Exactly. You monitored it from takeoff, both countries monitor the flight, and then you're getting to your country and you're telling them to go back. It's totally out of order. Yes. Moving up, Nigerians actually should start taking some certain precautions towards these other countries that do not see us as human beings or even as a nation. It is high time they put their feet on the ground and know that we are a country that could actually say no to them, and entrance into our countries will be closed for them. Whether they like it or not, they should grant us access into Saudi Arabia. There's nothing that they have that we don't have. We are human beings like them. They should stop treating us like though we were picked from the gutters. What do they feel? Why do they feel they can do anything they like? Is it because they belong to the Muslim religion? This should not be done. This is business, and they should do it accordingly. Okay, moving up on the reaction grounds, Nigerians have actually lost respect internationally and globally as a country, because some certain things that happen to Nigerians in other countries do not happen to other people from other countries, even other blacks. Places like South Africa cannot be disrespected with this magnitude. They know what is going to happen to them, but because Nigerians do not talk anymore, they actually take us for granted. Do they really take us for granted as Nigerians in other countries? You guys should let me know on the comment section. Do you really think that we deserve what actually happened to our people in Saudi Arabia, where they were asked to go back and their flights and their visas cancelled? Is it right? Was there a proper way they would have done this? Or is it also our fault that we are being insulted internationally? Do what to drop your comments on the comment section, and do what to follow InfoGist for more news. Thank you.